Hi geeks and gamers, welcome to Archives Media. Gaming has always been something that could be enjoyed either at home or on the go, and while portable gaming has been around for a long time, only recently have we begun to see larger scale games and competitive games being released onto mobile phones, and these are actually good games. That being said, today we are counting down our picks for the top 5 best gaming phones of 2018. Let's get into it. Number 5, the Sony Xperia. The Sony Experia X72 was released back in February 2018. It has a resolution of 1080 by 2160 and is running the Snapdragon CPU along with 4GB of RAM. One of the great things about this phone is that it has a beautiful HDR display that will allow for you to clearly see everything happening in your game. This is great for games like PUBG Mobile or Fortnite when a huge portion of the game is spotting enemies from far away. The battery life is decent, and this phone has MicroSD support for up to 400GB, which is really nice for those who keep a lot of games on their phone. Also, this phone has dynamic vibration, which is a pretty unique feature, even though it can sometimes seem a little gimmicky. Either way, this is a great phone to game on. Number 4, the iPhone X or iPhone 8. Both of these phones are going to be good to game on. The iPhone has a pretty large capture on the phone market as always, and at least their hardware seems to back it up. Released in October 2017, the iPhone X sports the A11 Bionic processor with 3GB of RAM. The iPhone X also has a nice looking OLED screen, and while comparatively this phone is much more expensive for equal to weaker performance by other phones, many people buy the iPhone for its operating system and apps. A lot of games come out on the iPhone X before Android devices, and that's something to be considered when choosing a phone just for gaming. Alternatively, the iPhone 8, which came out 1 month before the X, has the same CPU and RAM, but you're going to notice a shorter battery life. Still, for the cut in price, it might be the phone to consider. Number 3, OnePlus 5T. The OnePlus 5T is actually pretty unique here because it has the capabilities of a high-end phone while also staying within a smaller budget. This phone has a 6-inch display with a 1080p resolution and runs 2.45 GHz Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 along with 6GB of RAM. This phone also has the often sought out headphone jack along with a really long lasting battery that can easily last you a full day. This phone also sports the new feature called Dash Charge, where your phone can charge up to 60% within just 30 minutes, which is really nice for down the road when your phone has more difficulties holding a charge like all phones do. Either way, you can pick up this phone for only $499. Number 2, Razer Phone. Released in November 2018, Razer released this phone in an attempt to be the gaming phone on the marketplace. Razer has an extensive background in gaming technology, and this phone has a nice 4K resolution with a 5.7-inch screen, and the longest battery life than any other phone on this list. The screen also has a nice 120Hz refresh rate, which is going to look real great for games that have higher frame rates, and has accessibility for options to use different types of accessories for the games that you play. This might be the closest thing to having full-on PC gaming available from a mobile phone, and that's really interesting. Sure, this phone does use an older version of Snapdragon 835, but it still has 8GB of RAM, and it's a pretty powerful phone. While this phone doesn't have a headphone jack, it actually has some pretty solid speakers, which is great and surprising for a smartphone. Number 1, the Samsung Galaxy S9. This one obviously was going to make it onto our list as it's sort of the all-in-one mobile device that you can get pretty much everything you need. Released in March of 2018, this phone boasts either a 5.8 or 6.2 inch display with the Exynos 9810 acting as the processor and the Adreno 640 graphics, which will make your games look as crisp as possible. While also introducing the AMO LED, this phone is actually compatible with HDR, which should give some fantastic visuals. To further prove that this phone was really built with gaming in mind, Samsung also introduced Game Tools, which helps with taking in-game screenshots, managing notification appearances when you're playing games, and records some gameplay for your phone, which is really nice to have all from just your one device in your pocket. And a lot of the mobile games that are developed for the major flagship phones, and since the Galaxy series has always been a major Android seller, a lot of games are made for this phone in particular in mind. So the games are going to most likely run with the least amount of issues when playing on this phone. But anyways, that's all the time we have for today. Which mobile device do you think is the best? Leave it in the comment section down below, even if it didn't make it on this list. If you like this video, hit the like button and be sure to subscribe with the notifications turned on so you don't miss what we upload here in the future. We'll catch you all next time with a brand new video.